when you were there, you're like, hey, I'm doing this E3 media. Do you want to do an interview? And you recorded me performing as well, right?
Mind you, I've been, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you, and it's probably the first time I would ever admit this to you. I've been slowly preparing you
You've been
to,
oh my God, you were what's the word? What's the word? Grooming me.
yeah, I was slowly grooming you to be able to accept management. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
let's see if he's willing to put the work in. Hey, let's shoot a video. Hey, let's get your concert going. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's collaborate with other artists. Let's, and I was slowly, and then that talk came that one day where it's like, are we gonna make this serious and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
managing you, or are you gonna stay back and be doing the same thing you're doing right now a year later?
Yeah. And for me, like I always like normal Emilio would be very hesitant anytime like someone would be like, "Hey, do you want to manage?" Because I've had a few offers in the past, but like you were the first legitimate one. But like the minute I hear management, I like it's a scary word to an artist who's trying to be independent and doesn't really understand like how it could be beneficial and stuff. But like as I'm questioning, like, what should I say? Like God immediately like slapped me in the face and was like, I made you pick him. I made you walk over to him and say that weird thing that I'm talking to you and that you guys need to make music together. So you need to quit. You need to roll with AJ. And I was like, all right, bet. And I couldn't say no. Like there was no possible way. Like
And it and it
everything was lining up so perfect.
it was a two-way street too, because it was like, do I really want to manage somebody right now? Do I really want to start going down that road again? Because I was
Yeah.
doing it in the past, but the number one thing was like, it's like, okay, God, you've shown me so many things. Okay, you show me the work ethic, you show me the faith, you show me the belief system, the connection we both have. And I'm slowly, instead of me just jumping in and be like, bro, I'm gonna manage your music, I was like taking myself very slow. Even from when I left to Arizona and I came back, I've always known you have a good heart, and like this was gonna be something that was gonna eventually happen, but it had to happen the right way.
Exactly. And that's also like another thing that I like about our story is that like anytime like I believe Levante told me this. He's like if you're forced to make a decision um quick, it's because that's not of God. And so basically, like in other words, the enemy tries to get you to make a rash decision and move quick. Like, yes, I need a manager. Yes, I need to sign to somebody. But when you let God develop the situation and you pray and wait till you get an answer from God, that's when things move so smoothly and so much better.
Oh, so much better, bro. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so little technical difficulties, but we got it back on. We're currently,
First one of our podcast.
yeah, we're
Round of
currently.
applause. Everyone, hit it with me. Round of applause.
It took Emilio to figure out our audio issue. How about that?
Yes. I finally did something, guys. Let's go. I was sick all day. I couldn't do many notes, but I was ready when it mattered.
Yeah, but you were talking about how Levante talked to you about jumping into something so quickly, and I was getting ready to say that I once read a book about relationships, and it was mainly about you know, uh, the opposite sex relationships, like like male to female, and getting into the whole dating realm as a teenager and all that is when I read it. But I took a lot of the advice just for regular relationships, like friendships and stuff. And one of the biggest pieces out of that book, and I cannot think of the name of the book, and I'll have to like
In
go
the description.
yeah, I'll have to go find it somewhere. But in that book, he says the right thing at the wrong time can become the wrong thing. And that has always stuck with me because it's like, man, that's powerful. Just because it's the right thing doesn't mean it's meant to happen right at this time. And so
Facts.
that's why like with you, it took such a long time to actually get to that management role. And not only that, but to I like to first build the relationship with you, and
That's
understand
one thing
where.
I learned so important, dude. Is like even with rappers, people that I work with, anybody, I just realized that like it doesn't. If I hate when people walk into things and they're like, "What can you do for me?" Automatically, like, automatically. So like when I meet new people, I try to just like, "Hey, what's up, dude? My name's Emilio," and then like just become their friend. And then if they need something, add some value to their life before.
I mean,
getting
it's
into
good.
business.
It's good to network and all that, but nothing's more important than building relationships. Like, they have a saying in
Like,
business.
are you really networking if you're over here, just using a person day one? I don't mean like just a mutual agreement. I mean like going and asking, is that person really going to get a good first impression of who you are, rather than just you being a friend and getting to know them?
Yeah, they have a saying in business too. They teach you this in business school and all that. Is it better to sign up 5 new clients or to retain one important client, or like
Oh wow,
a client that's been around for a while? And the most obvious answer is going to be the client that's been around for a while, because you have a relationship with that person. They trust the company. They understand things. You can sign up 5 new clients and it's going to completely. They're all going to drop you the next day because they don't
yeah,
understand the work ethic, the faith, and the abilities you put into what you do.
yeah, that's facts. But yeah, that's what I love about this whole thing and sole purpose even is just that God took its time with it. It was a slow moving process, but all the things were getting aligned. Because if you think about the kind of person that you were in 2016, the kind of person, the kind of person, the kind of person that I was, the kind of person that you were, and then you look into the future now, 2020, or when we first met again, 2020. The kind of person you were then, and the kind of person I was then. It was like literally, I was ready to go. That's where I was at. I was in a place where I was just ready to attack whatever God has for me. And
Right.
during COVID, like if I didn't have you during COVID, I don't know what I would have been doing that whole time. And then for you, you got married.
Emilio has kids.
Emilio has kids, dude. But yeah, no. Yeah, so I just think that God put us in the right place, right time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we met each other early on, but like through the Holy Spirit and wisdom, kind of just let it play out. And sure enough, God showed up.
Yep. Oh yeah. And dude, 2020 was such a weird year for everybody, but me and you actually had a pretty dang good year that we
We
like
did.
we stuck to everything we were currently doing. We held off on releasing stuff, but we stuck to everything we were currently doing. And that was
Yeah,
super
like
important.
people were telling me because I remember coming off 2019, meeting a lot of people, getting connected. People thought I was going to go into 2020 just dropping, dropping, dropping. I dropped one song that I had from
And we kind of
2018.
were planned out for that.
We were, yeah. COVID did set us back, but at the same time, like once we got settled in with COVID and everything, and you were more available, and I was like not scared, afraid to go outside. I was like, all right, let's get to it, and we started on this project. And man, I mean, it was just awesome. We were in the studio all the time, almost every week, just meeting up, recording, talking, building our relationship. I think that time was building was really just important, not only so that we had something that was like from both of us, but so that we had and Villain is my project. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Spotify, all platforms, Emilio Sarabia. But Villain was that project that really helped us build like our 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 work ethic. It helped us build our relationship more, and also helped us see like where we belong in each part of, what we're doing in the future.
You know what's
I just felt
funny
like it helped
about
our
that
chemistry a lot.
is that
What's
you
up?
stood over at my house more in 2020 than you did in 2019, and in 2020 was the lockdown year. It's
I
like,
know, right? Funny.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like a fun. But for sure, dude, it was definitely a great, great. I feel like I don't feel like I wasted 2020 one bit.
No, not at all. Not at all.